Kayali has been releasing new fragrances this year like nobody's business. I picked up the latest one, Invite Only, and in today's video I'm going to share with you my thoughts on Invite Only and do a brief overview on all of the Kayali fragrances that I own. If you're interested, then just keep watching. So before we get into the video, I do want to quickly introduce myself for those of you who may be new here. My name is Ayesha. I make videos about fragrance, beauty, luxury, and lifestyle. If you're interested in those things, please consider subscribing. And if you are a returning subscriber, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So if you've never heard of the Kayali brand, they are a fragrance brand underneath the umbrella of Huda Beauty. So initially when they introduced their brand, they came out with 4 fragrances, and since then they have released 5 more. And 3 of those have been this year. I've actually picked up all 3 from this year, so we'll talk about that. But first, we're gonna talk about the newest release, Invite Only. So if you've never seen any of the Kayali fragrances, they all come in a box similar to this. Sometimes the writing and the sides are different colors based on the color of the bottle of the fragrance, but this one has this beautiful gold detailing on it. It's kind of like an antique gold, and I really like the shape of the box. It's very unique. It lifts up like this, which I also think is a unique thing. And the bottle comes out. So this bottle is beautiful, but it is a fingerprint magnet. I don't know if y'all can see my fingerprints on there. I always try to wipe them off, but it's like useless. So this one is kind of like a burnished gold color. It's not like a super bright metallic gold. It's like a bronze, I guess would be a better term for it. All of the Kayali fragrances have this same type of top. And yeah, I really like this bottle. This one is not translucent. If you hold it up to the light, you can see through the sides a little bit to see where your level of fragrance is. But if you're just looking at it straight on, you really can't see through it. But I do like that if you hold it up, you can see where your level of fragrance is. So I've had Invite Only for probably about a week now, and I've worn it multiple times in different situations. And so I feel like I kind of have a grasp on what I think of this fragrance. So first up, it smells gorgeous. This fragrance, I really get a lot of tobacco and honey and sweetness and booziness. To me, the booziness is probably the most notable portion of this fragrance. I love it. I love these types of boozy scents. I did do a video on my boozy scents not too long ago. I will link it for you guys. But at the time, I did not have this one. But if I did, it would definitely be in there. Now, I'm not gonna lie. When I first smelled it, I immediately thought of another fragrance. And that is none other than Kayali Angel Share. I do own Angel Share, but I don't have it down here right now. So I will pop a picture right here for you guys. But this definitely reminds me of Kayali Angel Share. Now, are they complete dupes? No. But that's what I initially thought of when I smell this fragrance. So I get a lot of the booziness. I get the tobacco. I feel like I get some sort of oak. And then as it dries down, I can actually smell the oud in this. There is oud in this fragrance, but it is not a stinky oud. To me, this is more of a smooth beginner type oud. So even if you're not into oud, I think that this may still be something that you can try. And I know that cherry is a note in this fragrance, but I honestly don't really get that. I get more of a vanilla tonka bean type combination, and also some spice. I'm not sure if cinnamon is a note in this, but it definitely smells like there could be some cinnamon in it. So y'all know these types of fragrances are right up my alley. So I was very happy when I smelled this. It smells delicious. My only complaint about the smell is that it smells similar to other fragrances that I own. However, the other fragrances that I own that are similar to this, like Angel Share, is much more expensive. So I think Invite Only may be something you want to try if you were interested in Angel Share, but you didn't want to spend the coin on it. This is less expensive than Angel Share, and it does come in a larger bottle as well. So this video is not meant to compare this fragrance to Angel Share. I just felt like I had to mention it because that's initially what I thought when I smelled it. So back to this fragrance. Although this is a boozy, sexy scent, I actually feel like it is a bit on the lighter side, which I kind of like because you guys know if you're into boozy scents, sometimes they can be too much and sometimes they can smell too masculine. I think this sits perfectly unisex. I could definitely see a man wearing this. However, with the bottle, I mean, I wouldn't get this for my man. So, you know, you do what you do. But based on the smell, I could definitely see a man wearing this. The lightness of it has made it so that I could actually wear this to work. I wore this to work the other day and I was a little bit nervous about it because you know, it's a boozy scent. I don't want to offend anybody, and I didn't want anything too heavy for work. And so I wore this, and I got compliments from people that I was working with. And I was actually kind of surprised because that day I actually sprayed it on pretty lightly. I probably sprayed maybe about 5 or 6 sprays, and that's because I didn't want to go overboard at work. But every time I have worn this fragrance and I have been around anybody, I've gotten a compliment, including my husband. I've also worn this to bed and didn't feel like it was too heavy or overpowering. This is just sweet and sexy and boozy, and it's really addictive to smell, y'all. It smells really, really nice. Now, as far as longevity, I know a lot of times Kayali gets a little bit of heat based on the longevity of some of their fragrances. And I think this one is decently performing. I get probably about 6 hours of wear out of this. But what I will say is that I can smell it almost the entire time that I'm wearing it. Now, I'm really impressed with that because even though this fragrance is not super heavy and super beast mode, it is one that I can smell on myself basically the entire time that I'm wearing it. So I love that. And obviously others can smell it on me as well, even though like I said, when I wore it to work the other day, I only put on like 5 or 6 sprays. So I wasn't expecting to get any compliments. It was really just me testing this fragrance out. So overall, I'm very happy that I picked up Invite Only. I would recommend it for those of you who are looking to get into boozy scents, especially if you are a woman watching this and you're not sure about boozy fragrances. I think this is a really good one to try because it is very likable. I think they did this really well, and I was actually really impressed with the fragrance when I got it. So those are my thoughts on Invite Only. Now I'm going to quickly go through all of the fragrances that I own from Kayali, and I will be ranking them in order from least favorite to most favorite. So let's get to that. So I have a total of 7 fragrances out of the 8 fragrances that Kayali makes. The one that I do not own is Citrus, and I do have it in a little miniature size bottle. I'm looking over there because it's actually over there. But it's just not something that I felt was necessary in my collection. It is a pretty citrus fragrance, but for me, I just didn't feel like I needed it. It would be nice to layer, but I don't really buy fragrances specifically for layering. I forgot to mention it earlier, but the Kayali fragrances do layer really well together. I mean, you can layer whatever fragrances you want, but I feel like Kayali has made their fragrances so that they all kind of can be layered together. And when I do feel like layering fragrances, I do like to use these to layer, especially one in particular that I will talk about when I get to it. So again, this will be in order from least favorite to most favorite. So my least favorite is Elixir 11. And I actually love all of these fragrances. They would not be in my collection if I did not, but Elixir 11 is the one that I do not wear very often. It is one that has a note of red apple in it, which I really like. And it's definitely one that is on the heavier side, more of a formal scent. And I think that's why I don't wear it, because to me, this is more of a nighttime scent. But when I reach for nighttime scents, I don't typically reach for this. I feel like this is a little bit too formal for me, but it's not one that I'm ready to get rid of because I do really like the smell and I do think it's pretty unique. So yes, I get a lot of red apple, but in some ways, it kind of smells like fermented fruit. So it kind of has that wine type note to it. Even though I know there's not a wine note in this, that's what it smells like to me. It's very good. It's very different. And it has some fruitiness to it from the apple, but at the same time, to me, this is a dark, deep scent. And I need to wear this. I really do. But I'm being honest, I really don't reach for this at all. That's why it's in the 7th place for me. So 6th place for me is one that I feel like is everybody's favorite, but this is Deja Vu. This is a beautiful white floral and vanilla scent. It's done very well. I really enjoy this. I actually wore it to work yesterday and got a lot of compliments on it from patients and from coworkers. So I really do enjoy it. The reason that it's at the number 6 spot for me is just because I'm not the biggest white floral fan, and sometimes it can get on my nerves after a while. And so I feel like sometimes I'm a little bit scared about reaching for this, but it is really gorgeous. It's done really well. It's a sweet white floral scent that I believe focuses on orange blossom and jasmine and possibly tuberose. But to me, this does not give me a headache, but sometimes with these types of scents, I get headaches. So sometimes I'm a little bit weary about trying this one just because I don't want it to ever get to the point where it gives me a headache, because then I won't wear it at all. But it's really beautiful, and I see why so many people love it. It's just not like my favorite style of fragrance. So in 5th place, I have Utopia, and this is a newer fragrance to come out. This one is all about the vanilla and the coconut and the tropical florals. It's beautiful. This is like your vacation in a bottle, but this is more of a personal vacation. This one sits closer to the skin. This one can be worn anywhere, anytime. It gives me vacation vibes, but not so much so that I wouldn't wear this to work. Hopefully that makes sense. I have done a video talking about this fragrance and comparing it to another fragrance, so I will definitely link that. And this is a gorgeous scent. In my opinion, it's not the most unique scent, but I think it's really beautiful nonetheless, and I love it. It's a beautiful coconut note in this fragrance. So in 4th place, I have the fragrance that started it all for me with Kayali. This was the first one I picked up from the brand, and this is Vanilla 28. Mine is super dark because I've had it a while, but it is so good. This is a vanilla brown sugar scent that definitely has a little bit of smokiness to it, but not like super smoky. This is very sweet and very girly in my opinion, but it doesn't smell juvenile. It doesn't smell like cheap vanilla. It actually smells really well done. I love the smell of this, and I actually really love this one for layering. I do wear this on its own from time to time, but typically when I wear it on its own, I wear it to bed just because I love the way it smells, and to me it feels like a good bedtime scent. But I do like to layer this with other things, especially florals. So for instance, Deja Vu and vanilla smell really good together. I've also layered this one with non-Kayali fragrances, and I think it just is really complementing to other fragrances. Now, this one gets a lot of flack for not being long lasting, and on me, it's not the longest lasting, but I'm okay with that. When I bought this fragrance, I didn't expect it to be a beast mode vanilla. Like, I expected it to be a basic vanilla, but it actually ended up being more than a basic vanilla to me, and I love the scent of it. And I think I probably get about 5 hours of wear out of this, but I'm okay with reapplying. So yeah, that is Vanilla 28. So the next fragrance that I have is one that I just spoke about in a video that I will link for you. But this is Musk 12. And Musk 12 is a beautiful musk. This is like a sweet skin scent. I don't know if there are any fruits in this fragrance, but I definitely feel like I smell some. So it's like a fruity, musky scent, but not too fruity. It's more musk than fruity. It is slightly powdery, but not too powdery. Yeah, it's just really comforting to me. This is one that I like to wear to bed, one that I like to wear like fresh out of the shower. It makes me feel clean, makes me just feel very pretty and very feminine, and like I'm not doing too much, but I'm still doing something, you know? And my husband loves this on me, so that's definitely a plus. So yeah, this one is Musk 12. So in 2nd place, I have Invite Only. Just talked all about this, so we won't reiterate that. But no, as of right now, this is my 2nd place fragrance, and I can see myself killing this in the fall and winter. And then in 1st place, I have Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. And this one was also released this year, and I love this one. This one is my absolute favorite. So this is all about a spicy rose, and it kind of smells like oud is in this, but I'm pretty sure oud is not a note, but that's what it kind of smells like to me, a spicy rose and oud combination. Now, if you guys have been following me for a while, then you probably know I'm not the biggest fan of rose, but this kind of rose I like. It is sweet, it is spicy. I definitely can smell some vanilla in this fragrance, and I just think this is done very well. I think this is a more feminine take on MFK Oud Satin Mood. To me, this smells a bit sweeter, a bit just more rounded, a bit softer than Oud Satin Mood. So if you've tried Oud Satin Mood and you just felt like it was too much for you or felt too masculine for you, definitely try this, because there are some similarities. They're not dupes, but I definitely think that's what this reminds me of, like a more feminine version of Oud Satin Mood. So I love this one. I think this one is actually great for year round. I have worn this during the summer. I've worn it to work and to places where I'm gonna be inside while it's hot, but I've also worn it at night, and I think it's a beautiful date night scent. So in that case, I feel like it's very versatile. During the winter, I can definitely wear this during the day. And you know, I'm in Florida, so keep that in mind. My winters are probably not like some of you guys' winters, but I definitely feel like this will shine during colder weather. I cannot wait to wear this on a cold day. Like, I'm excited, but I love it even when it's hot. So there's something about this just makes me want to keep sniffing it. But yeah, I absolutely love it. I think they did a great job on this one, as with the other fragrances, and I'm not disappointed in any of them. So that was my take on Invite Only and my entire Kayali collection. Let me know if you have tried Invite Only and if you own any fragrances from Kayali. Also, if you're interested in trying any of the fragrances that I talked about. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Also, make sure you're following me over on Instagram. I always give you guys sneak peeks over there. And I also do polls over there. So if you want input on what videos make it to my YouTube channel, definitely make sure you follow me on Instagram as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.